Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is it, Bugs? Oh, nothing. People just want to know about the whole me being a Sandlord thing and how long was I and all this other crap. Uh, well, just give them the full thing, man. I am. But, people are going to be like, oh, this didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. Same old usual throw and dislike that they do on YouTube. Mostly pertaining to my videos. I just say recall your history and just do what you gotta do. If people hate it, well, they hate it. You know, there ain't nothing you can do about that. But for the people that want to listen and want to hear what you gotta say and love the, like your videos and want to know a little bit more about you as a Saiyan Lord, I guess I say give it to them. But everybody else can go eat a fat hairy one. You know what I'm talking about? Just saying. You know. Alright, so I'll just do it right now. Alright, people, a lot of you wanted to know about the whole Saiyan Lord thing, and I always talk about it, but not really in depth and everything. Okay, let me explain something to you. When a Saiyan elite and a Time Lord love each other very much. Okay, I'm not gonna go there, but oh my god, though. What I was about to say was really funny, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Um, but seriously, I technically was born a saying, a saying, but the fact that our Miyani and Harima and kids and the rest of my brother's mother was a Time Lord, and she was a Time Lord from Gallifrey that actually one of the only ones, and I repeat, this is only in my universe. Everything else is different in everybody else's universe, interpreted differently. But she was the only one that ran from Gallifrey before the Time War. So yes, she deserted, but she met my dad. My dad was a Saint Prince at the time. Um, he basically fell for my mom and vice versa, and then me and my brothers were born, and y'all know the story about us. We left Planet Vegeta to go adventure. Also because I messed up the timeline, so yeah, if you hear a different story from one of my original videos, yeah, change the timeline. Ain't time just fun to mess with? Okay. Anyways, I left Planet Vegeta, went on all these adventures and stuff, and so on and so forth. But I guess some of you don't know about the reason I carry the demon sword. The reason I am so much I'm stronger than a Soul Reaper. I'm stronger than a regular Soul Reaper and stuff like that. Well, that. Remember when I said I fought, and this is for all my Bobo fans that know what I'm talking about. Remember when I fought? Remember when I said I fought the Ultimate? Well, yeah, I kind of died, and I ended up in kind of like the Soul Society. It's because they said, I had the potential to be this and that, and I'm strong-willed and very kind-hearted, and they said, "Hey, let's make this dude into a Soul Reaper." And I was like, "All right." Then and then after a few promotions, and after all the hollows I've killed, because I didn't originally have the Demon Sword with me at that time. I technically got it. I technically had to go find it because when I died, Because when I died, it went somewhere else. Don't ask me how, because I don't even know how this happened. But still, I guess it deserves to be mentioned. I guess one of the elders, because in my universe, Planet Vegeta never exploded because we all killed Frieza's race before they killed us. You know. Again, do you again messing up the time? I fixed the timeline around gain because someone was messing with my timeline before. So yeah. But anywho, before I go any more in detail, I had to go get my sword back. And my sword, well, you know how every Zanpakuto has a personality of their own? Yeah. You know how Negative really, really, really used to hate me? Yeah, he technically is the physical manifestation. Not only my negative energy and my feelings and whatnot. My negative feelings and whatnot. No, he's a part of my Zanpakuto. That is his personality, pretty much. Of the Demon Blade. You know. So, yeah, a lot of you know that. A lot of you also know before I went to Earth, I went to Mobius. And, well, I don't know, I'm just filling in the gaps. But, for a while I was pretty strong. I was pretty strong and I was powerful. I was strong. I could kill any hollow with one or two or three slices of my sword. And I still take great pride in that. Seriously, but there's no hollows. Where I'm at now, there's like basically no hollows, and if there are, they're tiny ones. They are freaking tiny ones. I don't even have to do anything. I just freaking put out my foot and I just stomp them. But that's not the point. Um, you guys ever wanted to know what my full name is? Okay, this is only in my universe. It's different everywhere else. Okay? My full name is Argos J. Kurosaki. And if you want to know do I have any relation with Ichigo? Well, yeah. Let's just say in my world, in my universe, I'm basically his dad, his actual dad. But no, just this is only in my world, not in anything else. Okay. Now, my powers. My powers, every time I regenerate, because yes, I do that like a Time Lord does sometimes, but it only happens when I grow older. Thus, I'll regenerate. And sometimes, yeah, I'll have a different personality, a different way of doing things, and everything else. But I don't forget who I was. I don't forget. Right now, I do, but with me, when I regenerate, I can regenerate backwards and forwards. I never know what I'm gonna turn into or turn back into. Thus, I look like my old self. Yeah. So there that is. What else? What else? Ani probably already told you all this about the whole Sally thing, and I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want any more questions to pop up. Um, People say, mixed with your spiritual pressure, how strong are you? What's your power level? Well, I do have holification thanks to a certain Sosuke Aizen. Don't ask me how that happened, because chances are I'm not going to tell you. But when I have my mask on, I'm pretty much invincible. I don't even have to go super anymore nowadays. I mean, nowadays I don't really have to go super anymore. Nowadays, it's like I'm strong enough to the point where I don't really have to go super. I don't know whether it's because I have Soul Reaper powers and my spiritual pressure is pretty large, or it's because I can Hollow Fly now and it makes me a little bit more stronger than say me going Super Saiyan 10. And yes, ten's an actual possible thing in my world. So yeah. Okay. And then there's a few questions of why I hate Vegeta. Okay. Let me explain why I hate Vegeta so much. Now, you all know that I was a prince at some point, and Vegeta was. Our dads were basically cousins. My dad ruling the the east and west parts of Planet Vegeta, and pretty much Vegeta's father owning, having that as his territory. I've always hated Vegeta for the way he treats people because back in the day he'd treat people so horrible. I would literally go upside his head and smack him every now and again. And the reason he really wants to compete against Goku or me, depending on who he's fighting, depending on who he wants to beat. He wants to surpass me and Goku both because Goku because he's a lower level than me because he always thought he was better than me, and he always thought his dad was better than my dad because my dad would be merciful. Sometimes my dad would be merciful when King Vegeta would just go, kill this dude. You know, um, yeah, just it's a a lot of stuff with me and Vegeta, and the reason I really, 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 really hate him. Every time he try to fight me nowadays, and trust me, he'll try to attack me every few weeks. No, I was drinking coffee yesterday, and Vegeta comes up to me and he goes, and I'm like, and I just punch him, and then he tries to use his Gala gun from behind me, and I'm like, I freaking hold up my hand and go, all right, Vegeta, are we done? I blocked it pretty much. I deflected it with my hand. I'm that strong, but I don't like to boast. I don't like to say, hey, I got the biggest power level alive and stuff, and new, yeah, I'm this and that. No, I never like to freaking brag about that, but yeah, I am pretty strong. Oh, and I don't know. This is pretty much not like a history. It's just a little bit of facts that you guys wanted to know. Um, what do what is my favorite thing about making videos like this? You guys ask me sometimes. Just sometimes doing these, recalling everything I've freaking done. Even though sometimes it can be pretty foggy. I don't know whether it's all the regenerations that happen, or that the fact that I'm getting a little bit more older, even though I look pretty young. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun doing stuff like this. And for all of you that just don't want to don't want to listen to this, or don't want to even say anything, just if you're gonna dislike it. But seriously, just watch my other videos or something if you're lost or stuck or whatever. Because basically they'll somewhat tell you what you need to know. Um, what is what a lot of people always say, a lot of people say to me, why did you have like a did you have like a sensei that taught you many different fighting styles and whatnot? I had several, but you know, only one sensei one sensei I always remember because he was a writer. He was stupid. He was perverted. But you know, he was a good dude. He was a good guy. And I'm talking, of course, Jiraiya. Oh, Jiraiya, you were one of the freaking best ninja. The best freaking you were the best freaking sage ever, man. And you always technically will be. Yeah. Before Naruto, I was trained by Jiraiya. I still remember certain things he'd teach me. Some things I don't want to really talk about because they're they're perverted. Usually ways to get chicks that I never really use. Yeah, but I like since he died, I've been going to his grave periodically and putting some flowers there because I always kind of do whenever I'm in the leaf. I just go and pay my respects and just get on with what I need to get on and stuff like that. Now Zan, my twin brother, he stays in the leaf because him and Tsunade are basically a couple. They're married and whatnot. And with Zan and me, back when he was still when he was dating Tsunade, I always call him like Hokage banger. Now this is my little way of just saying, yeah, you know how old Tsunade is, and you're seriously just you're just banging her, just dude, you're a Hokage banger. Now he'd always get mad when I say this, and every time I'm over there, he just goes, "Bugsy, just shut up." And we both sound the same, so every time we argue, it's like an echo. Every time we argue with each other, it's like an echo. So there we go with that. And a lot of people want to know, Sephiroth's your brother? Yes, Sephiroth is my brother, my older brother. Thus, okay, this is my universe. I know in different universes he's just evil for the sake of being evil, but in my universe, which is where I record all of my videos, in my universe, he doesn't. How can I explain this? He only pretended to be evil and made it believable that he was evil, so the forces of evil would actually think that he's one of them. So then he can just take them apart. Now I know that sounds stupid. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but that's what happened. Oh, and I fought him. I fought him before because, well, I shouldn't even be saying this one because it was Cloud. I mean, I wasn't Cloud, but me and him did fight, and he did kill Eris, and it really haunts him to this very day. And I haven't spoken to Sephiroth in such a very long time. I don't really even call him Sephiroth. I just call him Sep. Sep with it's like an SEPH. I think I'm saying Step, like Stephanie, but no, it's Sep. I call him Sep. Or sometimes he'll let me call him Seth. But usually, you say, and I know you guys are probably wondering, like, who does Sephiroth actually work for then? Well, he works for the forces of good, just warriors of light, stuff like that. I'm not really even gonna go into that. But but Sephiroth taught me many, many things before he actually left. And the basic reason I'm strong now is basically because of him. He was an excellent teacher, man. He was awesome. All right, in a minute I'm gonna have to stop this and just leave this part one. But you know, the best part about doing these videos is that I always have a lot of stories to tell. And besides, I wanted to tell you most of the embarrassing things before Ani even has a chance to say anything. So, yeah. So, yeah. Um, you kind of know about stuff with me and Bowser and how we became friends and so on and so forth, so I don't have to go there. Um, so, yeah. And you pretty much know stuff about me and I took my own Harima. And how, for years, I kind of hated Harima for a while. You guys know all that. Um, maybe, I don't know, I think I'll just leave it as is. And most of this is, like, because of you guys' questions and you guys wanted to know. I've been, yeah, but the main question is I've been saying Lord as long as Planet Vegeta's been spinning. And that's a pretty long time. I ain't gonna lie, that's a pretty long time. But, well, not since it's been spinning, well, since I've been born on it, so yeah, in a way, since it's been spinning. Or still spinning in its case. Now, I'm probably just gonna leave it as is because you know, if you guys have any more questions for me, I will probably just say them I'll save them for part 2. But if you have any more questions about me or what I used to do in Mobius, in the DC universe, just tell me and I'll answer all of your questions. See you guys later. I'm Bugsy and I'm signing off.